My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
And wondered and parsed through every single detail, let alone the notes themselves, and wondered what this jury was thinking. Well, now we know from a hung jury, Jeremy, just 24 hours ago, to all of a sudden no longer hung, and now acquittal on the highest charge, RICO.
That's why I don't be going to the puffy parties. Nigga hug you for the back at the same time.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
It's giving I've had enough energy because 50 has been going in on Diddy nonstop. Like, relentless, dragging him publicly, exposing him on socials, even dropping a whole docuseries like he's Netflix. And word on the street, 50 might act tough online, but deep down, baby boy is shaking. Just in case you missed it, Diddy actually got cleared of the biggest and messiest charges. Yeah, the man walked on RICO and that whole transportation mess. That's a fat L for prosecutors and a major W for Diddy. Now, he's only staring down 2 smaller charges tied to, let's just call it grown folk behavior. Still serious? Yes. Jail-worthy? Probably not. One legal eagle spilled the tea saying even if he gets the max sentence under the Mann Act, which is 10 years, by the way, Diddy is likely getting time served or barely a year, like 15 to 21 months tops. That man is basically packing his bag to leave, not stay, and when Diddy hits the streets again, oh honey, he's got one thing on his mind: confront 50 Cent. Because let's be real, ever since the feds kicked in Diddy's doors like it was a Mission Impossible scene, 50's been clowning him hard. Let's rewind to September 2024. Remember when they busted into Diddy's house and allegedly found over 1,000 bottles of lube stacked like it was a Costco shelf? 50 hopped on X immediately like, here I am, chilling with the Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't got 1,000 bottles of lube at the crib. Dead. But wait, he wasn't done. Then came the AI skits. Oh yes, he had Diddy and Jay-Z looking like sad little Sims characters in jail. Like full-on cartoon level petty. And then, get this, 50 dropped a whole docuseries trailer. Not just a meme, not a post, a whole Netflix-style trailer called Diddy Do It. Like, this man turned trolling into a cinematic universe.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media.
And when Cassie took the stand in May 2025, baby, jaws hit the floor. She did not hold back. Her testimony was wild, and 50, he was eating it up. He reposted the People headline like, damn, he did all that just to go out like this? He even threw in a cherub statue peeing, saying, Diddy said, in your mouth. Like 50 has been relentless, y'all. Straight clown behavior. And the real reason he was so bold? Cause nobody thought Diddy would see daylight again. But surprise, Diddy might just walk. And now, the tables flipped. Some people calling it sus, like real suspect. A few folks whispering that Diddy may have pulled some classic Puff Daddy moves. Grease palms, hush money flying around like confetti, allegedly keeping people quiet as always. Now back during the trial, the prosecutors came in swinging with the big guns. Exhibit A, Cassie. She was the star witness. She told the court that she was forced into twisted stuff during what Diddy called his freak-offs. Yes, freak-offs. Like, is this a horror movie? And who can forget the 2016 hotel hallway tape? You know, the one where Diddy allegedly swung on Cassie? Rumor has it he paid the hotel to keep that footage locked up, but guess the streets saw it anyway. Damage done. And let's not even talk about that PR-written apology video. That whole thing smelled like damage control. You could literally hear the publicist reading over his shoulder. But the sickest part? In 2018, Cassie says Diddy straight up R-worded her in their living room. Not only that, she said he tracked her movements, put trackers on her phone, and threatened her if she ever spoke out. Like, who even does that?
That, these physical... One thing that stood out to me that she said was if she made the wrong face, the next thing
I knew I was getting hit in the face. And she said he controlled almost every aspect of her life. He gave her essentially busy work, a to-do list, so he would know what she was doing at all times. If he couldn't reach her, he was incessantly texting her until someone went and checked to see what.
And it just kept getting darker. Cassie said Diddy forced her into doing the unthinkable with other men. His own male staff, plus some guy called the Punisher. Chills. And it wasn't just her saying it. Jonathan Audie and others backed up her entire story.
Yeah, so I didn't get the instructions from him, but it was instructions from her, like specifically. Every time I did it, I had to nut in or around the outside of her box. Like, so on the lips, everything, and to that degree, on the outside of her.
I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay?
And when the tapes were finally played in court, WHEW, everybody was in shock. But then Diddy's legal team pulled a full Uno reverse. They flipped the whole narrative and said it was all consensual, like they spun it as billionaire freak lifestyle, claimed all the girls were down with it until the checks stopped rolling in. And here's the kicker. A jury even went on a little media tour, talking about what they saw on the tapes. Some folks in the jury clearly weren't convinced by the prosecution story. Hence the RICO charges, gone. Poof.
Some very graphic images, videos. You heard very sexual and graphic details. What was that like, hearing that? And how did it impact how you viewed the case?
No, they were very graphic, and but I think overall, you know, we were looking at it from like one side, and it was definitely riveting and eye-opening.
What did you see on the videos? You know, the press wasn't able to see it in real time.
Yeah. No, I mean, they were showing some of the, well, I mean, it was both the freak-offs and hotel nights, as they were called, from both of them. But it was...
what did they show in those videos?
They showed, well, again, you know, the defense and the prosecution showed different clips, so they were very selective. Like the prosecution was showing more, you know, just Cassie just sitting around.
The defense showed that?
The defense showed that, yeah.
Just her sitting around not engaging in activity?
Yes.
For the prosecution, when you had to have your headphones on and otherwise, what were you seeing then?
There was activity, but I mean, it wasn't really...
Was it force?
No, it didn't seem forced. It was actually like pretty tame.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she?
It was just a lot of rubbing oil and stuff.
They even dragged out Jane Doe and tried to paint her like she was just clout chasing. Oh, and Kid Cudi? Yeah, his testimony dismissed as irrelevant. Like, what? Diddy's defense squad basically said, y'all just don't get billionaire freak vibes. And apparently the jury agreed. Because right now, Diddy's a free man, at least on those charges. And word is, bail might be coming real soon. And what did 50 Cent do? The second Diddy's name got cleared, oh baby, you already know. He hit Instagram like a savage. Dropped an AI selfie of himself, laughing with the caption, Diddy beat the RICO. That boy a bad man. He liked the gay John Gotti. Then he went in on Diddy's lawyer, saying, hey, Ish had tail puff. I said keep paying the rent or Jane won't be there for the appeal. And he clowned the closing statements like, Mark, your closing was so trash. People think you work for me. And he's still working on that Netflix doc about Diddy's whole alleged freak show fall from grace. And guess what? He's promising to give all the profits to the survivors. Say what you want, but 50 is not letting this go. So now that Diddy's managed to duck those RICO charges, everyone's asking the real question. What's next? Like, is this man actually about to walk away from all of this clean? Or is something else brewing? And most importantly, if Diddy really gets out, do we think 50 will still keep that same big talk energy? Or is he gonna tone it down when Puff shows up at his front door? Sound off in the comments because this one is wild. And if you're still here soaking up the drama, don't forget, tap that like, hit that subscribe, and keep it locked because the next jaw dropper, it's loading right now.